Hey, it's Mara. Just doing a little update for you. Let's see. I'm trying to think where to start. I guess I'll just start with the big thing that's happening, or not quite happening, but hopefully will happen. Um, I've been looking into a procedure called a TAC. It's a transabdominal cerclage. It's usually used in cases where a woman has incompetent cervix, like I had, and they want to possibly try again, try to have a rainbow. But you can get a normal cervix or normal cerclage in your cervix, and that's called a transvaginal cerclage. And this is like more heavy duty, and the success rate for it is quite a bit more. It's like 95%, where a normal transvaginal would be, I think it's like 75%. This type of cerclage can be put in pre-pregnancy, and you can still get pregnant with the way that it's put in. You can still get pregnant either the normal way or like through IUI or IVF, which in our case would be IVF. So I'm thinking about going ahead and getting that, even if we don't try to conceive in the next long while even. The reason why I'm shooting to get it now is because of my loss and me being in the hospital for as long as I was and off and on. I've actually met my deductible insurance-wise for the year and my out-of-pocket insurance for the year. So if I can get this procedure done this year before January 1st, I will have it for free. My insurance will pay for it completely. And since I can do it pre-pregnancy, I'd rather try it for free. Rather get it for free now, have it in place already, and then when I need it later on, it'll already be in place. How the TAC works is I had a cerclage, a rescue cerclage, trying to save my little boy Ronan. It did not work. I didn't tear through it or anything, but there were other issues. He had an infection, and I just learned this recently that he had an infection after his sister was born, and his water broke, so more than likely from the infection. But days prior to that, they put a cerclage in to try to keep him in, and that was just a normal they call it a McDonald cerclage, where they just did a little purse stitch, just right on the outside of right on the outside of my cervix. And the doctor was able to do it easily by just doing forceps and getting in there and doing a little quick stitch. I was awake during the whole entire procedure, and I was only in there for maybe 15-20 minutes. That's very fast. The difference with that compared to the one I want, which is, like I said, it's called a TAC or transabdominal, is they have to cut you open like they would for a C-section, and they go in and put a band, from the top through your, like I said, through your abdominal area. They go in through the top and wrap like it's like a shoestring almost, but they wrap it around your cervix in an upper region instead of the lower part where the other cerclage I got was. This is more in the upper part of the cervix, and the reason why the success rate is so much better is because it's so close to where the uterus and the cervix meet that your cervix can't open. It can't funnel. It has. The success rate is, again, 95%. So there's that other 5% where things did not work out. But it makes it so that it doesn't open. It can't funnel. It can't, all of those things it just doesn't happen. Where with a normal cerclage, you can definitely, your cervix will definitely open, your cervix will still shorten, your cervix will still funnel, and you can go right through the stitch. You can break right through it. And again, the success rate is a lot lower. So I really have no reason to not get this TAC, because it makes sense. Furthermore, if you get a normal cerclage, most of the time that happens around 13 weeks of pregnancy. So you don't get it until you're pregnant and you're at 13 weeks. And usually you are on bed rest almost for the rest of your pregnancy. That's okay. If I had to do that I would do it. But it's a huge undertaking to be on bed rest for that long, and it's not good. It's not good for the mom, and the success rate is so low that it's like, is it even worth it when I can get this other one? Where if they place the other one, again, they can do it pre-pregnancy, or they can do it at around 11 to 13 weeks if you are pregnant. And most ladies don't have to go on bed rest at all, except for, some may want to for preterm labor, may go on bed rest. I think they start possibly going on bed rest between like 18 and 20 weeks, and they stay on for a few weeks until you reach viability, most likely, and the risk of preterm labor is gone. So some ladies do have to be on bed rest, but it's not the same, and some don't even have to ever go on bed rest at all. So it just sounds a lot better. It sounds like a good idea, period. I'm looking into a few different doctors. When you get a surgery like this, the rumors out there are you want the best doctor you can possibly get. And there are only a handful of doctors in the U.S. When I say handful, I'm like 5, less than 5, that are really good at this surgery, really skilled, have great success rates. There are lots of doctors that do it, but they're not in the top, and they're not as good. They just don't have experience. It's not that they're not bad doctors, they just don't have the experience. So when you're doing this type of surgery, because it's not only your life in their hands, it's also possibly your child's life. You want your success rate to be good, and you want your doctor to be good. So there are a few doctors that are in that upper range. One of them is Dr. Haney in Chicago. So I have definitely considered going all the way to Chicago for this surgery. The other is Dr. Davis in Tennessee, Johnson City, Tennessee. I have already tried to contact this doctor and have not gotten through to him yet. I hear he's very, very busy, so I may, at this rate, and with as soon as I want to have the surgery, I may never hear from him, or I may not hear from him in a timely manner. There's another doctor that is actually in Florida. His success rate is, I don't quite know yet, but I know a few people that have used him and have been happy. And I've got one friend that I just met through my doctor who lives in the same area I do, that is 33 weeks right now with a TAC placed by this doctor here in Jacksonville, Florida. So I'm considering using him also. The guy in Chicago is pretty much the best. He's like considered the best, where the guy in Tennessee is like the second best. And they're all possibilities. Minus the traveling, which I'm not so sure, but the one in Tennessee is not a bad travel for me. We have friends still in that area, so I would have someone to stay with. We would just need to drive up there. So that would be very easy for us. Jacksonville would be even easier, but, I'm still kind of iffy on if I want to see that doctor who's not as good as these others. But Tennessee would be very easy for us. Now, Chicago, not as easy. We'd have to pay for a plane ticket. We'd have to find somewhere to sleep because you'd want to go in the night before. You'll stay probably in the hospital at least one night, maybe 2, and then you can go home after that. So we'd have to get a hotel or something for 3 days, maybe. So there's going to be more expenses for flying and hotel and stuff like that. But it's possible. I mean, I'm getting a free surgery, so I might be able to find a way to make that work. I just don't know yet. I'm really, really thinking about it. I have contacted the one doctor. I'm this close to contacting the guy in Jacksonville and just chatting with him. But yeah, so if anyone's watching this and has had a TAC, knows anything about a TAC, has seen any of the doctors I've mentioned, the one in Jacksonville, his name's Dr. McCoy. So there's Haney, Davis, or McCoy. I'd love to hear from you. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm considering this TAC just mainly because I have a deadline. I have a time frame. I have to get it in order to get it free from my insurance. So even though I'm not necessarily trying to get pregnant, I want to have that in place so that when I'm ready, it's there. And any questions about the TAC? I mean, I've kind of did a fast video just to give you an update. But if you have any questions about it, I'm happy to. If I don't already know, I'll do some research and give you guys some more information. So I hope everybody's doing good. I haven't watched any videos for a few weeks, so I'm going to go back and do some video watching and catch up with everybody. About our loss, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. I should do another video just about that and how things are going there. So, all right. Thanks for watching, everybody.